Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea, only on WINNMedia 98.9.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Island Tea, your faves, Kevon and Azem, featuring Jade, Gwyneth Johnson.
Wow.
Morning. We're back again, like every day, because we are essential. Yeah.
How everybody doing?
We good. Yeah.
Well, good.
Nearly drink me teeth to the ass, but you know.
I've actually seen that catch a couple people.
I bet it would. I bet it would.
Like they sit down.
Wait, what are we talking about?
She almost made a boo-boo.
Yeah.
She tried to drink her tea through her mask.
Oh,
You know, T-Pain does want people kiss him through the phone? Yeah.
These things happen.
But I've seen that happen at restaurants. Like people, have to wear your mask to enter and thing, and they sit down and they talk, whatever, and then the drink come and they just go, oh. Yeah.
We're not accustomed to this mask life, but we have to get accustomed to it.
I mean, it's a year later.
Yeah.
Let me just start off the bat. Since we're talking about this, I plan to talk about this today because I saw it yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
People, like...
People.
I understand, like, things rough and it's hard and it's taking a toll on you in so many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
But stay from the rum shops.
Sorry.
Stay from the rum shops.
That is not the direction I thought this was going.
No, because I'm passing several of like these like watering holes, different villages.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like 15 people all hanging out. Like, you see the bottles lined up on the tables. So you know they've been there all. It's like, okay, we ain't got work. Let me head down here, see what's going on.
Yeah.
And you just like literally several instances where I'm just watching tables of beer. Like, of course, no Corona. Apparently, Corona stock prices must have dropped during this buy.
Boy.
Oh, big time. They said that big time.
Yeah.
They did. I took a
The
plunge.
Corona bad boy.
Nobody want to drink a Corona right now.
Damn.
But of course, just like Jade just demonstrated, it's difficult to drink with your mask on.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have multiple people hanging out, multiple people going and coming, it's like it just seems like a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Big time.
I mean, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So perhaps, just like the supermarkets, just like the restaurants, take your order and go.
Take your shot of beer and go. I mean, take your shot of alcohol and go.
I mean, just order your.
Or just buy the bottle and go home.
That's
Like,
the-
buy a
that's-
bottle of alcohol and go home.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like, Ram sells all the alcohols in the world. So does Carib if you beer is your thing. And they actually deliver. So you should be home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have
gonna
options.
make him lock us down,
That is
you
the
know.
and that is where this thing gets tricky, right? Because it's like y'all realize like
No, you gonna lock us down.
you know you got this guy that's do little skits on like Facebook to the max.
No.
Yeah, but this guy he does like thing like that's his catchphrase, and like I'm just looking at these things and I'm just going here lockdown going to the max.
They're gonna lock. Azem, they're gonna lock us down. No doubt about it, they're gonna lock us down.
Watch it.
Because if y'all can't just stay home for 2 weeks, you know.
Yesterday, Jade suggested take a rest.
Bro,
Take a rest.
like, you like sleep?
Yes.
I like sleep. Kevon, you like sleep?
But of course,
So then what happened? The rest of the kitchens they like sleep?
Well, in the family,
No.
you got some people who don't really understand the beauty of such a divine act.
Wow, I'm shocked. Listen, you know we almost had an inter-nation war yesterday.
What happened?
St Kitts and Nevis was beefing strong, right? But, guess how we came together?
Food. You ain't gonna sell us.
Literally, somebody said Nevis people can't cook, and everybody stopped and went, whoa.
Hey,
Oh,
come on,
yeah,
come on,
I
come on. We're
remember.
going to fast.
You're
We're
going to
fast.
You're pushing this thing.
I did see that.
Yeah, you're pushing this thing a little far though. I mean, like, yeah, we were beefing, but like, you really said Nevis people can't cook? Just so?
Yeah.
Live.
At this point, we just can't support that level
No,
of aggression.
bye. Everybody come back together quickly.
Yeah, the level of aggression there is.
Yeah, we was like, okay, this is so unprovoked. Yeah, we don't want the kitchens don't play about his Davis food at all. And Ike said something very true. Watch what y'all say on social media. Yes, it is your social media page. Y'all can say what y'all want, type what y'all want. But once y'all type and hit send, whatever happen. And that's it. Be careful. Don't talk about Nevis and food the kitchens they have in it. You literally play with mango supply, with weekends. Like, what would you do that?
I don't know. I didn't see this this battle.
I cannot
but-
listen. I was flabbergasted. I cannot believe somebody actually said Nevis can't cook. Nevis people can't cook.
You're making a reference to KFC, no? Like that's what they were trying to get at?
No, they were saying something about.
That's the way it started.
Remember what I was talking about. But
What you
all
say,
in
Kevon?
all,
That's where it started, the KFC thing.
See,
Somebody bring up
that's-
KFC
come
and
on,
then
like, yeah.
it went into them saying that y'all, like something where y'all could only come to St Kitts for KFC because y'all can't cook something, and then it just
something
went,
about
yeah.
all I saw is Nevis and can't cook. Oh, this gonna end bad bye. This gonna end awful.
Yeah, but like you said, apparently it reunited the nation.
Quickly, Azem.
Yeah. Had we only had that during the times of secession talk,
Would have been good.
yeah, we would have avoided a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd have been good. And I feel like that's how we could end a lot of truces. I mean, not
Well, I mean,
how we could have a lot of truces, sorry.
but the truth is, like, that's what a truce is. You find common ground.
That's my point. And the
Yeah.
common ground is the fact that Kittitians love some division food. And mangoes, which is a food as well.
I have a friend who would send food down on the boat. I hope my grandmother ain't hearing this, because my grandmother don't want me about that.
They don't talk to her, why?
Nah,
I bet it was fish.
It wasn't fish.
Oh, you get it.
It was seafood though. Have I gotten fish? Not the whole fish. Apparently the whole fish is different, and you have to ensure that when it comes off the boat, a couple of things. One, it's not still steaming, because and also that the eye is not moving. Apparently, that's what I've been told.
Is weird. Okay, I got it. But why it can't be steaming?
Because it doesn't come from up Brooklyn, had to go down the pier, wait for the boat to turn off, come over on the channel, you go pick it up, you take it home.
Well, she just got very good dishes.
You take it home and it's still steaming.
Yeah, like, you know, them bowls that could like grip.
Then say hot, you know. So steam coming off it is a problem.
But steam don't come from heat. Listen.
There's different levels of heat, Jade. Something could be warm and not steaming.
Yeah, but like I think y'all would. You know what? Okay.
No, I think the suggestion is that
Y'all
the fish had been tampered with, and you don't want to suffer the effects. You don't want to suffer the effects of the fish.
Why not? That's love.
Okay, now we know where you'll be going to Nevis all the time.
I don't actually.
We know why Jade be going to Nevis all the time. We know why Jade yesterday was so upset about the fact that she couldn't run over to Nevis. Jade.
Yeah, because like, you're playing with my food. Like, have you? I mean, you can't eat it, but turtle time nachos. Turtle time nachos. Like, come on, stop playing.
Watch it. Turtle time Asian menu, right? I'm a big fan of Asian food.
How about we just say turtle time and put this set the full stop there?
How about we said beach? What a beach called?
What?
Cushy Beach?
No, that's
No, pennies. What with sunshines,
weekends,
lime
bar.
What's what I ate?
I'm ready to go. Because every restaurant on the beach is food. Me don't care about the drinks. Food.
And then prior to the government gave me the land up there.
Whoa.
You still got the food for you.
Whoa. According to my son. Whoa.
No, give it obviously is not the proper term, but yeah. They still got the
sold off, friend.
Yeah, they still have the food fair there.
And I've been to the food fair. I've been to the food fair, I'm not gonna lie. But the moral of the story and this rant is don't talk about Nevis food.
Yeah.
We get antsy when you talk about our delicacies as Kittitians. You know, Kittitians don't play with food.
So you're trying to say, Jade, yesterday, even though there were differences of opinion on a certain topic, that people from St Kitts and Nevis were able to find consensus?
Yes,
and come
together?
Yes.
Wow.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
Wow. All over food.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
We banded together and became a unit.
So you're trying to tell me when, like, the MPs from Nevis come down for cabinet meetings, they don't bring some parliament and stuff for the rest?
I feel like that would solve a lot of the problems, you know.
If they do that, I believe that would probably.
Like all now, like you see this whole thing that happening with the cabinet looking a little shaky. Mac and the others from Nevis, they got to go get some food from weekends, get some nachos from what's that come from? Turtle time. And maybe some drinks from Sunshine, you know, some killer bees. And you bring it to the parliament or the cabinet.
The cabinet meetings. Wow.
Everybody gonna get a lot. Listen.
And what we bringing in return? Because it must be an exchange. It must be an exchange.
What we got here, boy?
Happy cheese.
KFC.
Yeah.
KFC. Just bring one of them big bucket with all the mixed chicken in it.
Wow.
Yeah, you see how easy we can solve these problems, Azem?
I think we may have just solved all the parliamentarian.
They need to link us. We got the remedies.
Simple, quick
How
fix.
easy we fix this?
Yeah. You just blew my mind.
Come on. Ooh, scratch and Kittitian hard enough, you'll likely find a division. If Nevis people can't cook, then St Kitts people can't cook either. I disagree. Kittitians and Nevis cook very well.
I think that's the general consensus.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah, I think that's the general consensus.
Yeah, we know this.
Yeah.
We know this for sure.
And I'm telling you, right, because I've been to some islands where it's difficult to. There's one particular island, and I won't call the name, where the only place I have been able to get like decent food. I mean, when you say decent food, you're talking about like reasonable price. I mean, talking about having to go to like
fancy restaurant.
A restaurant like on the marina or the dock or something like that.
I got you.
Right.
And worse if it's after like 6 p.m. And people who've been to this island know what we're talking about, but I won't say the name. It's the strip club. You have to go to the strip club to get food. It's the only place. Like there's nowhere else. And Kevon doing the smile thing, I'm not even kidding.
Are you somebody else? Well, y'all bashing the people food. Listen.
No. We ain't bashing the food. But we just stating facts. And that is true as well.
See, that's what I mean.
So there are a few islands. Now that I think about it, there are a few islands when after a certain time, you gotta head to the strip club to get food. It is what it is. That island that somebody is messaging us about though, yeah, I see where you're coming from. But on the weekend, you have the fish fry thing, and so that'll be a good vibes. And that'll go late. But this island I'm talking about, no bye. The only place you're going after anything is the strip club.
Yeah, wings and
So you're going for the
thighs.
food or you're going for the entertainment?
See, the good thing
wings
about
and thighs, Kevon.
wings and thighs, wow.
And
It's a
breast.
two. It's the 2 for 1.
No, but the truth is, at the strip club, the good thing is that you don't actually have to go into the strip club to get the food. Like the restaurant part is like kind of outside. Cause you wouldn't want to be touching the ballerinas with like sticky fingers.
I know, that's
Ribs and rolls.
unsanitary.
Yeah.
That
So-
is very unsanitary.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's a real calculated it's calculated on their part. But trust me, St. Kitts people, like whatever you're into, I do believe though that with all the these little cookhouses and food delivery services and things coming up, I do believe we could do it a little more variety, people. You know,
Yeah,
find your niche.
I tell you the burgers.
I mean, there's a lot of chicken and chips being sold in St.
And
Kitts.
burgers.
And burgers.
Agreed.
Even though like
Yeah, we
right
love
now,
it,
the
but,
best
you know, we
burger
want
I've
some
had
variety.
with fries, cheat days. Hands down.
Yes.
Round of
Easy,
applause for cheat
easy.
days every Saturday.
Yeah, people
Easy.
been going crazy for cheat days. But
Listen,
Kevon,
I've
what you
been
were
begging
saying?
them to eat to extend past Saturday.
Well, I was saying that it's we want some variety. Yeah, we love, burgers and wings and rice, but we want other options too,
Yeah. Okay, so let me think about it.
No, you salt.
And there's a few options. Like it's not that there's no options. So if you're doing meatless, whether you're vegan, vegetarian, or you're just not eating meat, like there's not a lot of variety in terms of options. There's a few though. There's a few. Big up Plantastique. Big up all the guys. Them here. Well, let me not say all the guys, 'cause I probably don't know all. The dude selling the Ital food. They're doing it.
The man on the bypass.
Yeah, on the bypass. What do you mean? Oh, Ital Creations.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ital Creations does see me.
There's one. This
Big
new
up,
one.
big up
at-
Gumption.
There's this new one at the food court up at Bird Rock. Up at the Rams food court up. It's new. It may even if they ever open, because
Okay, I don't know about that.
I
don't
saw
know
it
about
last
that.
week. I said, oh,
You got a project, Azem. You got a
Yeah,
new
man.
venture to explore.
food, yeah.
Yeah, big up Judah one time. Ital Creations. The guy there on Church Street. I can't remember his name.
And also Najmo.
Down by the square.
No, that's her brother. Najma is by BCA.
Okay, well yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, Najma, then you have I can't remember the dude name at the square.
Anyway. But we got a little,
Yeah,
little
there are a few
Ital.
options.
Ital is vital.
Ital is vital. But yeah, guys, but you want the same level of creativity we seeing with some of the other foods, like not only that, like, what about people who are, and we've seen a few of these options. You say people who kind of on the salad and thing. Big up, who at the soup kitchen.
Yeah, buy some soup.
Yeah, so like I think there's scope. There's scope. There's scope for some
there's a lot of food options we haven't explored.
Low carb diets. And right now people kind of mindful about the diets. So like you could kind of find a niche.
Yes, his name is Kaya.
Kaya, yes. Big up Kaya one time.
Yeah, we could start diversifying the options a bit. We love certain things and we love it to the point where we'll eat it forever. But sometimes the general population want other things.
Yeah. Kevon, we have a caller. Caller, good morning. You hungry?
If you just mentioned TTs, I would like to big up those small businesses. They're really trying the best. But I think TTs may have to increase their capacity because, to deliver, not necessarily physically deliver, but in a quicker time, present these burgers that they're so famous for all of a sudden. Especially in a place like St Kitts and Nevis, there's a Burger King. In the US, they have these three main ones: McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, and so on. But hands down, I think TTs could compete with any one of them. And they should, waiting an hour for a burger is kind of crazy. I did it once, and I should not again, but it was worth it. When you're hungry, you just ain't have an hour to wait for something. So if they could increase the capacity, I think they'll go a long way and be successful. I don't want them to fail at all, especially at these times.
Right.
They actually deliver.
They have a
deliver in terms of the
small
time
business.
to produce a burger.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But sometimes the demand, the demand they get.
The demand is
rough.
heavy now.
Yeah.
So, but I really want them to succeed because I don't know the recipe, if it's a secret or not, but it's one of the best burgers I've tasted anywhere.
Is the sauce?
Of course.
Okay.
Everything is just amazing.
Sauce that is put on the fries. The sauce is crazy. Like, they need to bottle it and sell it.
You know what I always like to use as the example, and I'm sure there's several people listening who thinking about it. Chef in Barbados.
I've never had Chef. I've had somebody this morning said I wanted Chef.
I love the fact that it's it's bred there in Barbados. It's something that the Bayesian support. The Bayesian support and it's really grown into a brand. Like, people go to Barbados and leave with their bags of Chef coming back on the plane.
Somebody said they like it.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. Some people ain't gonna like it. Like, it's just kind of like, for instance, some people used to be like, they're really big on, let's say, like a ready fry or whatever it is. People have different tastes and things, but the fact that you could see that local chain, coming out, like I think that's like really cool. I'd tell Winch she RFC need to go into that. I think that'd be real cool, man.
We could go some businesses here, so work on it. We have 2 weeks. To figure it out, so put your brains together.
Yeah, another one that we're seeing a lot of really good options, like mom and pop type operations, is pizza too. There's a lot of mom and pop pizza operations, and pizza is really good, and people finding the niche, like people finding the niche. The thing is that same let's say constructive criticism that the caller had for like cheat days. We've been hearing that forever with like raspberry pizza.
Listen, you have to order raspberry before you get hungry. So like, if you're gonna get hungry around 8, order raspberry at 6, because by 7:45 your pizza ready. And
everybody got a role to play, Like, big up Burgers one time, friend of the show.
Listen,
Burgers save a lot of school children life.
Got me through to high school, okay?
Undeniable.
Undeniable.
That was like
Lunchtime
the school kid savior.
Yeah, man. But big up burgers. But we have a call on the line. Caller, good morning, 11 Allen T.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
You have some nice spot for me. Elbow is one. Class day McKnight. And you have the man up there on the bypass just behind you by the army.
Yeah, that's Ital Creations.
Yeah. And you have one up there new there.
Jeto, by Jeto, Gumshon.
Yeah. And then watch no face just move up there by TDC as well.
Where that is?
Right there by the ATM.
Okay, by the
the chief. Right there by the school.
Oh.
Right with the school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every time I go to the city, up there packed.
Okay. I see the commotion. I just didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I got some places to check out.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
Appreciate it, Carl. Appreciate it.
Funny.
Yeah, no problem.
We're talking about food all morning, and our guest today is a chef. Fitting conversation.
Oh, fitting.
I mean, we have to talk about a little lightness because yesterday was chaotic. Bad. Like from start to finish, yesterday was chaotic. So, before we get into the chaos,
Non-stop.
I have to give you all some light options, like the appetizer.
Today's a cheat day.
Oh,
Yeah, we had to give you some cheat days, but definitely on a Saturday, check
I
out
cannot
cheat
wait for
days
Saturday.
for sure.
Like this morning, I woke up and I'm like, okay, since I'm doing my diet and exercise thing, Saturday is literally my cheat day. And I get in cheat days. Things to look forward
Because
to.
the burgers are unbelievable. Then you have, other menu options.
Dirty
wings,
fries with
dirty
extra
fries.
sauce. Thank me later.
Everything is just so good. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
I have the veggie.
it's one of those.
type.
But they only operate on
menu.
Saturdays. They only operate on Saturdays, and there's a certain window where they accept orders, because to be honest, they get overwhelmed with orders on Saturdays
As in
since
you
it's the
have
only time you could get. But as I mean, fries.
To not have
Or
it.
you could
They
get a
don't-
burger and take out the meat, and I'll eat the meat, but I'll eat the chicken. Well, depends on which one you order.
No, yeah, but the gripe
It's
I
a hybrid.
have is that a lot of these places, like, they have veggie burgers on the menu, and then they never have them like
Not you.
in stock.
Not yet though.
So like it's like
Which
you go
is-
to order the
which-
veggie menu, the veggie burger, and then you look now, they
Yeah.
call you like 10 minutes later and say you want something else. I'm like, what else would I have?
You see, for them I get it, but I don't. Like, I get it sometimes because the veggie burgers are they're not ordered often, but the people that do want them, when they do order them, they don't have them in stock. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Just take that
do
in
you
the
buy
menu.
and throw
I don't
them
know what
away?
they done.
No.
Or do you?
If
Yeah.
we could find
yeah.
sawfish and pigtail to import, we could find better food options. Where does import sawfish and pigtail? Yeah, where does import sawfish as well.
Really, we ain't gonna English cod.
Speaking of pigtail, you all see all the pigtail.
What was up with that? Somebody could tell me what was going on there?
Me, no, but I hurt my heart, man. I ain't gonna lie.
But your heart, I never see so much swine in my life. You know how much pigs that was?
A lot.
'Cause a pig only got one
What?
tail to my knowledge. A pig only got one tail to my knowledge, yeah, and there was literally thousands. I was like, how many
Listen.
pigs were slaughtered for this
Boy,
for this
boy, I was
traffic tragedy?
pissed.
And let's keep
I
in
was
mind
pissed.
that's the ones we saw that would throw away, the ones that spill.
Don't forget the ones in the
There were a
bucket.
bunch
Or
more
in the back of the
buckets
jumbo.
jumbo.
A
on
bucket.
on the truck.
A pigtail, I see. I was like,
Boy, I
this-
know they was pissed. The
I was-
people who dealing with them was pissed as him.
I was like, what is happening? This is
Imagine you just done passing out all these pigtail to come down on the boys pass for everything to show. That's like when you
but how
got
do you not anticipate that?
that are gonna show.
Yeah.
They don't usually show it. What I mean?
You must know how you pack them and how
Yeah,
you
but,
and
like,
so how you're driving.
but I'm pretty sure this is how they just pack them all the time. I've never seen a pigtail tragedy like this.
I mean about that there was something you just would hope.
Like this might have been a one-off
that
thing.
was
There's probably not,
crazy.
Why are we doing this to the piggies? Because y'all like cook up. What I mean?
It's like a partner of mine one time they'll be like telling me, "Bye, I don't eat pork, I don't eat swine, yeah, bye, I don't eat no pork, bye."
Lie.
But his favorite meal is pigtail. I said, how you get that there work out?
Oh, they said I was going to landfill. Yikes.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad. That's a load. But that's a load of pig. Is one tail per
Listen,
pig, you know.
Pigs took some L's that weekend. Anyway.
One tail per pig.
Yeah, yeah, saw that
Well, the
video.
fact that tails weren't on them anymore, that was the L.
No, that wasn't the only L them pigs took.
There wasn't
that weekend.
There wasn't somebody cook a pot.
No, not only that, y'all ain't see the other pig situation. Oh,
No.
Enlighten us.
somebody had sex with a pig on video.
This a local thing?
Yeah. They say it was from Nevis, but me ain't sure.
Actually, you can start the wagon, you
And
know.
that's why I say I'm not slandering my good divisions. But there was some type of weird activity with a pig. Y'all don't do that. Please don't do that.
Yeah, leave the animals them.
Please.
Leave the animals them.
Like,
Leave the animals them, please.
them poor pigs, boy. Them pigs was taking some L's that weekend. I know that was pissed. They said it was Nevis indeed. See, I tell you, somebody said it was Nevis. And
Yeah.
a young schoolboy? What?
Watch the bestiality vibes. We need to cool. But you see, part of the issue too, again, is like over sexualized society. Like we over sexualize everything, man.
Oh, wait, really? Anyway.
Everything.
Bye.
You got people feeling inadequate because they ain't pulling multiple women.
Why?
Anyway.
Anyway, let's start to talk about our actual agenda today, because none of this was on it. But before
Is
we
there anything
do,
ever on it
will we okay,
That we
Kevon,
actually.
can you do us a favor and sing your favorite letters, Jade, you nasty? Why, because of the pigtail?
Well, I think Jade wasn't in the video, guys.
I mean, what is that to do?
Jade was not in the video.
Okay,
Whoa,
whoa, whoa, whoa,
whoa. How
Tea
is
time,
that?
hee hee.
I think
Yeah.
she's being sarcastic. She's
I
not.
hope so.
Yeah.
Anyway,
for sure.
Kevon, sing our favorite little
yeah.
jingle for us, please.
Tea time.
No.
Hee hee.
Azem, is that acceptable?
No.
Let's try again, Kevon. I know you got it in you, but let's try again.
Kevon want a pigtail, no?
Come on. Okay. What the short? There we go now.
Tea time. Hee hee.
See, much.
Nice.
That's all we ask.
Reasonable.
Yeah. What's first up on the agenda, friend?
St Kitts and Nevis records 22 additional cases of COVID-19 on June 14th, 2021.
We're laughing at Kevon's voice, not the article.
I just wanted us. 22, sir?
It's you, You said when we hit
There are now
double digits, we should panic.
145 active cases.
So we should panic?
On the,
30 was my
in the
figure.
island, in the
and
country.
When we hit 30, that was it. So, yeah, that was my figure. I don't know what it. But I can tell you something, right?
Oh.
I ain't too, like, this is expected. What I'm looking for is the one on next Monday.
Next month. You sure we're going to reach to next Monday?
Yeah, man, we have reached.
No, I mean, you sure they're going to wait till next Monday be?
The date, you mean?
No, what happens next Monday?
No, I mean, I'm waiting for the update in terms of the increasing case, the number of new
I feel like they're
cases.
going to give us those this week.
No, I'm saying I'm waiting to see what the number is next Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, next Monday.
Yeah, like the actual, what the figure looks like.
Yeah, so if we could see a decrease in the spread, then cool. Like,
Please.
yeah, I'm hoping. Also, again, I think that depends a lot on the behavior of the citizens. Like, if the people, mask up, keep travel to essential. Yeah.
Don't go where the warm shop there, man.
Actually, the lineman spots, wherever they are for you, like, yeah, kind of cool on them. Cool on them for like 2 weeks, man. I mean, do it for your family.
For sure.
Like, I know some I like our family, but do it for them still. Do it for them still.
And you know what? It's even better if you don't like your family, you don't want to be home with them locked down. So just take the 2 weeks.
Yeah, to avoid a month.
Exactly, because imagine if they did 2 weeks and it took 3 months. Now you're going to really be pissed.
In my highlight voice. Lockdown.
What do you highlight?
I'm going to highlight.
What do you mean?
Doing highlight things.
He in hibernation?
So, so let me break down this
That might be
report
plausible.
of cases for y'all. So yesterday, Monday, June 14th. Oh wait, this is an issue. This was issued by the chief medical officer, the CMO, Dr. Hazel Laws. So I'll read. This was, of course, released yesterday. So keep in mind that the phrasing is in reference to yesterday. This evening, Monday, June 14th, 2021, I wish to update you on the present COVID-19 situation. Over the past weekend, we have recorded 22 additional cases. These new cases are nationals. The individuals are in isolation and are being monitored. This brings the total number of COVID-19 cases to 209, with 195 cases for St Kitts and 14 for Nevis. Please note that 64 cases have fully recovered with 0 deaths. There are now 145 active cases. The Ministry of Health continues its robust contact tracing exercise, which began on Wednesday, May 19th, and it will update you as the situation unfolds. We will broaden our web of contact tracing and testing to identify all possible contacts. The aim is to break the chains of transmission of the COVID-19 virus and contain this cluster of cases. The Ministry of Health wishes to assure the public that all measures are being taken to restrict the spread of the virus. And of course, they go on to say, continue to sanitize, wear a face mask, maintain good hygiene, social distance. If you want to get vaccinated, please go and do so. But they are also saying that you can access the vaccine at any health center in St. Kitts during this week, Monday to Friday, between the hours of 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. and any health center in Nevis during this week between the hours of 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. So, yeah.
Listen,
there you
this
go.
morning, right? This morning, or it could have been this morning or last night. I was thinking about this whole community spread situation, right? And I feel like most times they catch the cases like not one time, like not as soon as you get infected and all these things.
Yeah, of course not.
Right? So that means, like Celeste, these 22 people were tested, and then sometime after they realized that, they have the test. They have COVID. These 22 people don't interact with 22 other people, This is a terrible situation to be in, And this is what they're telling you, stay home.
Yeah, this is how the virus works, right? And how it spread. What I'm interested in finding out, and I'm pretty sure they've said it, I just may have missed it. As it stands now, like what's the R value, the amount of people that on average each person has been infected. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think it's a lot, but on average, I'm wondering if it's more than 2 people.
More than 2 people.
That each person
would have
infected. I think one of the things that's being pointed out to me too is perhaps somebody's suggesting perhaps maybe we have to wait more like 3 weeks to figure out the real effects of the lockdown, because also there's a backlog of contact tracing happening. Because even though people are still being contacted and saying, and I expect that to happen for the next couple of days, where it's like, okay, you need to think. Bear in mind, people are still moving about, but we would hope to see, because there's less movement, a decrease in the numbers. So, yeah, we'll see the effects of the 2-week lockdown, perhaps in 3 weeks to a month. But again, I'm still looking to see what happens on Monday to see if we're still having the number of cases rising by 20 per day and up.
20 per day is a lot.
Yeah, 20 per day is a lot. We spoke about this all the time. The issue with this kind of situation is not just that we have people getting sick, but it really does put a strain on the health resources of the country. And so we don't want to get to a point where we're overwhelmed. And we couldn't wait until we were obviously overwhelmed to do something. So yeah.
Yikes. So guys, stay home once again.
And
as much as possible.
Do your part. Again, I could speak for me. Yesterday I was working on the road. I was outdoors. I was pretty much by myself because I just was doing some stuff for work or whatever. And I didn't have my mask on. I was, like I said, I was basically literally in the middle of the road. And this older lady, she passed on. She's like, "Boy, wear your mask." I said, Granny, thank you very much.
Oh dear, listen.
I said, Granny, no problem. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I think you're playing games with you, you see?
My granny ain't playing. My granny like she ready to just jump in my chest
Yeah,
back.
my granny won't be able to
She right.
go and market on a Saturday and these things and ain't got to worry about your corona with people.
Yeah, but you see the thing about it was like, one, I was happy that she was willing to say something. Because it wasn't clicking to me. Like I was just kind of, I was by myself in the middle of the road, like doing what I'm doing. It wasn't clicking to me. I think I'd taken it off to answer a call or something. And then, and it was literally just hanging on my ear. It was like hanging on my ear. Cause I take it off to just like answer a call. But I was glad that she said something. But also, but also like some people like, you tell somebody something about their mask or whatever, or just in the line. I'm in the line. Two things happened to me. Over the weekend that just blew my mind. One, I was standing in the line at the establishment, and it was two people, and one person he was within arm's length of a lady, and the lady just looks at him and goes, "You're not dying 6 feet, right?" And the man taking big offense.
They always do, bro. Like
the man taking huge offense.
Y'all want to be up on the people breathing down people's neck in a line, grocery store, bank and all this.
Mr. Man, no, yo.
Probably marked. Things on the floor are marked for you to stand, but you're going to bypass the marker and come all upon the people.
But no, this is the thing with this, right, Jade? This was a problem for me even prior to COVID. Were you up under me? Like, I used to hate being
like back up now.
Yeah, but yo, I just give me some space.
I really hate lines. Like even pre-COVID,
Pre-COVID.
I hated lines because there's times like if you're standing in a bank line or like inland revenue line or something, people will literally be on their phones and their phones touch it, like jabbing you in your back because of how close they are, or the bag. Like, why are you so close to me?
Yeah, so that was one. And two, now I don't know if this person was serious or this person was joking. But we are at a food establishment and there was this lady and she is asking the cashier who is dealing with another customer to please hurry up because she's supposed to be home and quarantine. And I'm just there like, wait, what?
I hope that was a joke.
I just say to myself,
you know what I mean, even if it's a joke?
I don't know if it's a joke. Like, I don't know if it was a joke. I just
Yesterday self, right? I read somebody's post where, and this is in Nevis, apparently their neighbor should be quarantined because they have, they either have corona or they
probably came in significant contact with somebody.
Yes. And the pussy girl went in.
Yep,
and saying, in like AIDS, so they ain't gonna die. Like,
and people like to say, me ain't got it. But if you need to quarantine, just quarantine. But we have a caller, guys. Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T.
Good morning.
Morning.
I understand us being indignant about people who are still out and about unnecessarily despite the partial lockdown. But, we often say we should cut through the chase and get to the meat of the matter. Well, do we know exactly how this most recent breach occurred? We hear rumors, but do we actually know? Could it have been prevented? And are we sure that a similar situation will not occur again next month? Right? For we would not have been here if our protocols for entry were not breached in the first place. So even while we admonish our local people to do things to stop the spread, have we at the same time looked at the root of the current problem and admonished the authorities, the hotel, the bigger fish, that everybody are reluctant to fry, to have them fix the problems
look at the protocols again, right? Look at the procedures at this level. So if we don't do that, it means that we could be back at the same place in the next few weeks. So that's what I would suggest.
Yeah.
That, do a review, because as far as you know, has anything been done at that level?
Well, I don't know, but the thing is, they have been saying that there's been constant review of the procedures. Even before this particular breach, we had some breaches where it could have resulted in community spread. We had one in Nevis. We had similar situations here. We had where people being released without the proper authorization and stuff like that. So there's been several of these incidents, and we really haven't seen repeats of those particular types of breaches.
Well, I haven't heard a definitive thing from NIA about this particular breach in terms of making sure it does not happen again. If it couldn't be prevented, well, if it's just a matter of luck and chance, fine. But if it is something that could have been done to have prevented it, there's this talk, for instance, that the person involved came from a hot spot. Have we now said that people from there have to undergo even more scrutiny or should not come at all? Things like that. Practical things like that. I got you. Yeah. All right then.
All right, man.
Well, somebody is telling me there was no breach of entry protocols.
No, I think what he's saying is that there was a breach, and should we look at the protocols as they exist now to try and avoid and try to avoid?
What the caller is asking, but I'm telling you, somebody was telling me that there was no breach of entry protocols. So maybe there was some other breach somewhere. Yeah.
I don't think people felt like, for instance, the person came without a negative COVID test or didn't quarantine. Like that's not. I don't think that's the way people are at. I think people are more looking at, like he's saying, if there's a need to identify places where there's a high transmission rate at the time, and perhaps look at people being able to come directly from there. Or, for instance, one of the things he said, about luck and chance. If it's a luck and chance thing, well, I'm more prepared to live with that. The thing is, what is concerning is if it's just a situation of people or person making unwise decisions and going against what is outlined, right? So because like we keep saying, the problem with these things are the decision of one person could have detrimental effects.
Can lock down the country.
And that's why it's really important for us all to take this personal responsibility. And this is outside of where you stand on certain matters. It's just a matter that, look, you have personal responsibility. Do what you can, operate within the guidelines to try and lessen the likelihood of this thing continue to spread at the rate that it's been spreading.
That's all we could do.
Yeah.
Azem, we have some more calls there.
Okay. Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T. What's up?
All right, what's up, guys? The Smash. How you doing, Jade? How you doing, Azem? How you doing, Kevon? Hope everybody's blessed up. You know what I mean?
We're good.
I just wanted to find out, in case of the food court and so in St Kitts, I was kind of always under the impression that that's supposed to be a haven for locals to, showcase their food and, make a living and whatnot. But, obviously to me, from my perspective, it's kind of more foreigners there, local foreigners, if that's a thing, and but apart from reefer. So everybody else kind of have their own thing going on, like you said, Watch No Face, ITEL Creations. There should be kind of a place where locals should be able to have a marketplace and whatnot and showcase the food and things of that nature. But what's stopping that? Was the food court supposed to serve as that purpose? But then where did that go wrong? Because to me, I feel like I see more individuals and independent businesses doing their own thing, whether from home or the little side street or whatever, versus having that infrastructure that, you know, the people have at the food court. So I just wanted to be a little bit more educated on that, you know. So somebody could like give me some answers, you know.
Got you. Appreciate it. Yeah, to my knowledge, the food court is really, the food courts are privately owned normally by some of them that we're seeing are owned either by bigger real estate corporations, like in the case of like Port Zante, or for instance the supermarkets, which to be honest it's pretty much a natural progression, I would think. So it's more like commercial property. It's a real estate endeavor by private entities. So it's kind of like you get a lease and you use the place.
I think there are some factors that could actually play into this too, especially because like some smaller local businesses may not be able to afford the rent at some of these establishments because of the quantity of food that they may produce or the frequency in buyers and stuff. Like I think there's different factors that could influence these things. Yeah,
but you see, the thing about it for me is, how is it that, let's say, a foreigner, I mean, not talking about people who you might assume have some type of foreign backing or whatever, but how come some people could come and make it work while we here steady and complain about it being too much? For instance, right, there's definitely a difference in let's just say the business model of some local businesses as opposed to foreign-owned businesses in the same field. So, for instance, there are a lot of my places I would go and spend my money for local people. You know, I like to support the local, especially small businesses and things. But we have this thing where, for some reason, like on a Monday they sleep.
Yeah, that's so weird. Well, y'all just close on Mondays anyway.
But you don't see that with some of the other businesses.
Somebody said to tell you that people don't have the backing or security to get financing.
So that's what I'm saying. So outside of, if you're trying to say that, well, some people have, like I said, access to funding and stuff like that. In terms of, because some people would feel, for instance, like Chinese or Indian would have some access to funding that we don't have, right? So, but in terms of so I mean, talking about that, like that is an obvious issue. What I'm talking about is the business strategies employed by people from different backgrounds. So, for instance, we see perhaps it's more likely for people who are not, local to say pool resources. Pool resources, they import goods and stuff together. That is less likely for the local population. Yeah. Again, which is you have if you, let's say on a holiday you need something, automatically your mind goes to a foreign owned entity. Yeah. If you want food on a Monday, automatically you start cancelling out a list of locally owned businesses. So that also plays an issue, because for instance, like you're gonna pay rent for a place, you're paying for the month.
We're closed on a Monday.
And you're done. So you're done probably gonna close on a Sunday, right? You can close on a Monday too, right? So that's what. Then 8 days out of the month gone there. Then you have the other thing that happens is they sell for a very short period during the day. So they open at maybe 12, and by 3-4 they tell you food done. So they'll be like, and we talk about this all the time. It's difficult to find food. Like when I leave the show at 10, if I want to go find something to eat, options are very limited, right? So these are the things that we also kind of have to look at when we're looking at the differences between. Sometimes just look at the business strategy. Just look at the business strategy. Like you're gonna pay rent, and it happens in other things outside of food. Like you got people pay rent for a place, right? Let's say like a club, a lime spot, whatever. You're paying for the 30 days, but you only went open on Friday night and Saturday night.
That is odd.
So for me, just looking at it, I'm thinking to myself,
And you know,
this may not be here much. This may not be here for an extended period of time if
but
this continues.
I think even with that, sometimes people look at it like, these are the days that I don't make as much money, and for me to operate and have to pay electricity and water and other, well, not water, but electricity at least, because if you open, you're burning electricity and then nobody comes, and then you're left with a greater bill because you were opened and you didn't have any patrons.
So
that could just be one.
No, but what that's
reason
but no,
why
but I think that might be a mindset.
One of many.
You think so?
Yeah, I think that might actually be one of the considerations. Now, my question would be, perhaps instead of closing, how do I
Get people to come.
create demand? How do I create demand? So, and I think these are the kind of things that sometimes
You need to,
limit growth. Things
But
like,
I think some people trying to jump into this conversation.
who knows? Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T.
We lost them.
Another one.
Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T.
Yeah, good morning. How are you, man?
Doing good.
We're doing good.
Yeah, I want to kind of put something out there that's going to sound really bizarre to you concerning the COVID virus. Okay, this is we're dealing with like a fraction here. The herd immunity that they're talking about, they want to get to 70%, right? I mentioned this sometime before. I believe that when the debate came up about whether people have the right to choose or not, to me, I believe that within the Federation, somehow the authorities should have tried to convince the people, like, for those people that make up their mind that they're going to take the vaccine, ask those persons to come forward and let them hurry up and get to that 70% benchmark. Somewhere, somehow along the line, the other 30%, the other people who's kind of like hesitating and objecting, to me, I believe that amount of the population can never be past 30%. So if that amount of people adds up to 30%, well, just let them be. And let's hope that those persons also who is talking about the immune system, building the immune system, like the Rastaman them per se. Okay, you promote that within the next 30% of the population, and so then therefore those persons should not be afraid of the virus, because they would undoubtedly have the confidence within themselves that they have, their immune system is up to par to beat the virus if they do get exposed to it. And with that said, I would believe that just open up if there was to get to that 70% benchmark, then what it can do is just throw back the doors, open up the country, so that the country can strive economically, and then just let people get exposed to the virus. If you're not scared of COVID, just get exposed to it, because when you get exposed to the virus, you're going to develop the antibodies anyway. So then they will have two segments of the community. One is vaccinated, and then the other one that's not vaccinated, they will get exposed to the virus and then get the antibodies to fight the virus once they get exposed to it. So in other words, it's like taking a risk, but somewhere along the line, that might be an option too, to get to this herd immunity. Just do it that way,
Okay, caller,
We want to take
you.
the back.
We
All right, okay, thank
to take
you.
a break. Thank you.
All right. We will take a very, very short break, and we'll come back with more Island Tea on WINNMedia SKN. We'll be right back.
It's the big
Daddy!
3-day weekend sale at Hoxford's. This Father's Day weekend, Thursday, June 17th to Saturday, June 20th, Hoxford's Building and Nevis Centers will be celebrating.
Daddy!
Yes! It's a 25% off store-wide for 3 days only as we celebrate
Daddy!
at Horsford's Building Center and in Nevis Center. Yes, it's Horsford's Building Center's
Daddy!
Father's Day weekend sale. 25% off store-wide just for
Daddy!
And that's not all. On Saturday 20th June, it's the Just for Dads Health Fair with free health screening for all.
Daddy!
It's Horsford Building Center's 3-day
Daddy!
Father's Day weekend sale, Thursday, June 17th to Saturday, June 20th at the Horsford's Building and in Nevis Centers on Wellington Road, St Kitts and Stony Grove, Nevis. Don't miss it. Terms and conditions apply.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib. It's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, and it is still Tuesday, June 15th. The time is 9:03 a.m.
Still Tuesday.
Still.
Yeah.
Still Tuesday. But it's time to jump into some more tea time. So let's talk some more local news. So Ian Patch's Liebert is who made this?
I missed.
So Ian Patch's Liebert accuses Pam of treating him unfairly. So he is crying foul after his party's announcement that it was inviting Africans for his job. Whoever wrote this was just ready. Mr. Liebert is currently the People Action Movement's PAM, a candidate for St. Christopher 1, East Bastia, where he has had mixed results, winning in 2015 and losing his seat in 2020. In a Tuesday, June 8th press release, PAM's chairman, Jonelle Powell, invited candidates to apply to be the party's candidate in the next general election. He added that high-quality candidates were essential for effective democracy, and it was critical for the country to maintain a strong democracy. But Mr. Liebert, in a letter dated June 9th, 2021, to Mr. Powell, said he was not granted the courtesy of being apprised of the development, and such conduct could undermine support gained by PAM under his leadership within the constituency. Mr. Liebert reminded his party that it took his effort, energy, and resources in 2015 to recapture East Bastia for PAM, after it spent 22 years in the political wilderness, suffering 5 consecutive defeats to the St Kitts and Nevis Labour Party. In 2015, Mr. Liebert won the constituency by 4 votes. He lost the 2020 election by 24 votes and contested the result in court without success. Mr. Liebert copied his letter to the constituents, informing them that he held no discussion with the PAM National Executive, nor was there even a pretense of a conversation with the chairman about the existing political arena. So
I feel
do I read the letter?
No,
the letter loud.
So I feel the letter just come out, asking people to apply, and they didn't even try to reach out to him.
I don't think so. Well, according to the people who in the party, who are part of the committee and all of these things,
No,
the
so got this kind of insight.
the things that I saw yesterday, they said that is not true.
What is it?
They said they reached out to him many times and he didn't reply. So I don't know I don't know. So the people say it's not Jade, it's the people. They said that is not true. So.
Well, he didn't say that nobody tried to reach out to him. He said the conversation wasn't had. There's a big difference there. No,
the people said that they tried to reach out to him and he wasn't reciprocating.
Mm.
So you can have a conversation.
Yeah, but the man just said no conversation was had. The man busy.
Oh. Okay. So, if you're busy, were they supposed to wait? I'm trying to figure out. Are they supposed? What's the procedure here? Are they supposed to wait until the conversation is had to then announce that they're taking applicants?
My point is, I don't think that's the issue. My whole point, I don't think, is a matter of there was a conversation, there was no conversation.
What's the issue? What do you think is the issue?
Well, I don't know what the issue is, but this whole thing about lack of communication, I think that's a symptom. You see what I'm saying? I think that's a symptom of something that's going on. Like, what's going on, I don't know.
Going on in the party?
Maybe it's just a matter of the party wanting to go in a different direction, which is their prerogative. Like, the thing is, right? The party does have the right to decide who will run on the ticket, who they'll nominate and all that.
Yes, that's their right as a party.
But what was interesting was he pretty much.
Wait, somebody said that Patrick said that last election would have been his last term. So now I'm confused.
No, but that's he could say that. we've heard multiple. We've heard multiple.
He could say what he wants.
No, but things change. People have the right to change their mind.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, like so yeah, that might be the case. But again, to be left up to assumption, I wouldn't really.
Patrick, call us, tell us the truth. Patrick, call us. You know, WINN FM's number 762-0989 or 662-0989 if you got a phone.
But we have Jade the number.
Yes, listen. Ever since y'all tell me
we explain it. We break the code. That's why we break the code first.
So now it makes sense.
But the thing about it for me is this this whole back and forth and if they talk and what you should have done. Like, to me that there's minor matters. That there's minor for me. What I find more interesting is, okay, how does this impact the upcoming election? Because is Patches going to run? Will he run independent? Will he run on another ticket?
Yeah.
I think both of those two things are big possibilities.
See, Patches calling
you. Hey. Good morning, 11 Island to you. What's up? I jumped the gun by. Good morning, caller 11 Island.
Yes, good morning, my friend. And Jay, this is not Patrick, this is me. Now, this thing here, what is the big hullabaloo about? Like, you just read an email in the last election, Patrick said that was going to be his last time, right? I don't know what the hullabaloo about. And in the first place, Patrick already dropping hints that in the next election, he's running with PLP. But you see, people don't listen because I can speak. I'm not afraid to talk. I'm a PAM supporter. And from that, I already tell them the betrayal was coming because I saw it. I saw it long time.
The oracle.
Look at it. Everywhere the peer went, it was Patches he walked with. And everything, Patches don't do that. Patches don't do that. It was Patches. Like nobody else in cabinet was doing any work except for Patches. Sometimes I tell them, I will either on this station or as ZIZ, the betrayal already coming. In the first place, Patches was never a true die-hard Pam. Remember, Patches was a labor. Patches was what we call flip-flop, a pancake. And when anybody flip-flop, you can flip them anytime. You don't trust them kind of flip-flop people. You understand me? And I don't care let everybody come for me because my back broad. And this child here of God is not afraid to talk. As long as I know I'm not telling any lie on anybody, I'm not afraid to talk. I say one time. And even General them. Everybody talk. You know what? They take what they get.
Cleo, you need to take a sip of your tea.
Listen,
calm down. Take a sip of your tea.
I am telling you, I don't even know why Patches acting like he's so outraged. Stop pretending, Patches. You're all too big. They need to stop pretending. But he already know. Everybody know what is all what about already. Yeah, we already know the next election. That's right. If you go back to something I write on the thing on Island Peace. 2025 election gonna be jiggy. Hello, you have a good day.
He can't go bad now. He can't go bad again. He can't go back.
Cleo got me crying, man. Cleo, listen, Cleo had that there she chest.
Cleo make Jade eye water.
Cleo had that there she chest strong by mother.
Cleo, oh my gosh, Jade had to take out she blue light glasses. Is you said that would be?
Listen, no, let me wait a little.
Sorry.
You know what? I don't know about y'all. My friend over here upset. And Facebook got the button where you could react to the live. Somebody just button mashing the laughing one.
Because listen, one thing I could tell you about petitions, right? When it comes to politics and candidates, I don't hold up by. I had a Lego. Like for instance, yesterday as I was telling y'all, I was listening to Ike as well, and he was letting go.
No, but you know that was coming.
Watch your. Yeah. I respect it. Listen, as citizens of this country, right? You have the right to speak your mind, and if you don't agree with a candidate, or you don't agree with, even if it's a candidate that you had hope in, and you put them there and you realize that they're doing things that are nonsensical to you, you have the right to speak. You know, so I can't.
Yeah.
Play a sip some tea.
Yeah, bye.
What's up the choice?
Lemongrass, and a little shilling oil.
A splash.
A little splash of shilling oil.
Yeah.
But like again, for me, like these things is minor for me. Like I can't.
Which one? Which part?
This part about like they should attack, they shouldn't attack, and I didn't tell me and who was what, and them things there for me is like them things they feel like gossip. They feel like gossip. It's more. I'm more interested in how, like, what does the outlook for the next election? Like, what's the outlook for the next election in East Bastia? Because now, I think it's interesting to know now who the candidates are gonna be. So, is it going to, and what demographic? So, for instance, we've been seeing a lot more women getting into the political arena. Would it be in the best interest of the party to nominate a woman? Perhaps we see youth involvement increasing in the parties.
We actually, for I don't know about other parties, but for PAM at least, I've been noticing a lot of younger people doing more for the party. But yeah, you're right. Continue. Sorry.
Yeah. So the youth involvement. So like, what does the nominations look like? Also, does Patches run independent, or as some people are suggesting, would he run on another party's ticket, whether Labour or PLP? And then how does that play into the split of the votes? I mean, we've seen that happen here with Michael Powell running independent some years back, and the belief is that then split the support, and then handed a seat to Labour. So like there's all these dynamics. Like those are the things that are interesting. I don't care whether they talk, whether he say then. I mean it is interesting in terms of maybe there's some issue going on there. But the truth is but because I don't have enough information. Like I don't know. But the bigger issue for me is we God willing, there will be another election. And so how does this play out? Does it give opportunity for more for representation with different viewpoints? We know, for instance, the conversation around the Latino population in East Bastia growing fastest in the constituency and some of the other constituencies. How does that play into? So like all these different factors, like it can be interesting to see. Like this is politics.
2025, right? Yeah.
By then.
By then.
could be next year, who knows?
Well,
Tim, I could just say he did another announcement, and you think it's a lockdown coming, and he just drop an election.
And could you be mad at him? I mean, you know.
Might not be in his best interest right now. But Carlo, good morning. You live on Island T. You think Tim can election next week? Bye, run for the question, bye.
Boy.
We have another caller. Carlo, good morning. You live on Island T. Hello?
Azem, stop. The hop on because
just terrorize the callers before they even get on.
I just trying to.
Stop frightening the callers.
You know, because they just pick up the phone and just hear the intro and be like, not me.
Good morning, caller. 11 Island T.
Oh, well, I'm not running.
Okay.
Because actually just drop out. It'll take too long to pick it up.
Yeah.
Anyway, good morning to all the listeners home and abroad, all the worried and disturbed ones. Good morning to all those in quarantine in isolation. Now, this thing about the candidates, I put all the blame on all the parties. I mean, the way candidates are selected, people know who people are before they go, before they're chosen, you know. If you might go back to the 2010 election, there were 3 or 4 of them, and they claimed that they weren't PAM, but they were on the PAM ticket. To Friday, Blanchett was on Freedom promoting the Labour Party and its hero. When they would have things last election, you see, all who was in the trenches with unity. But from Labour, I don't know why we have such confidence in people. And to me, the parties in St Kitts are to blame. They have young, the youth arm. They should be training their people so that when they reach a certain age also, they would understand what the party stands for, whatever. But if you notice, nearly every election we get a whole new slate. What happened to the old slate? What happened to the old slate? Then the supporter going to say, oh, well, that one was PAM long time and that one was Labour long time. Well, you know. So you have candidates with divided loyalties. That's all there is to it. And if you come and ask me, as if they come and ask you, and you see a way of improving your situation, you wouldn't go. You have to lose. You have nothing to lose because people already know. Or they assume that they know. Who you for? But it's the opportunistic system we have in our politics. Who we vote for, who we don't vote for, who's leader of party. I mean, lots of people put themselves as leader of party, they don't qualify. They do not qualify. But then, where is the party? So we need a lot of political education in the country. You know, so they war of words between Patches and the others. It don't make any sense. Because he would have been the one that everybody was rooting for. This is what does. That's why I don't go near politicians, you know. I know them. Today they're hot, and tomorrow they're back over there. Then you are left feeling like a fool. Because you don't cuss off PAM for Labour, Labour for PAM. We just come to PLP get his share. You think they're going to have an election right now? You could forget it.
No, but not
economic
right
climate.
Not right now.
Candidate who could afford to lose their seat. Because there are no jobs and so there. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Then none, as much as Mark Blanchett talk, you think he can talk secession, CC to go where? It's not going to happen. It's vain thoughts. And as I said, the parties to be more careful in the people that they select as candidates. Because sooner they don't win or they don't lose. I was not a PAM, I was not a Labour. Labour this and Labour that. And we were not made to engage in ignorance. We, the ordinary people, make enemies. And there's one thing you must remember. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. That is the political motto. Let me say it again. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. So when you hear them switching side and making statements, it's just that. It isn't that they love the party, you know. The enemy of your enemy is your friend. All right, then, have a good day.
All right, thank you. I mean, the truth is, I'm one of the people who believe that there's too much emphasis on the party in our political system to begin with. And I don't believe that it means that you then ignore people who say one thing and change their mind and yeah, I'm not saying that. But I think that we're gonna have to get to a place where we see the parties as a structure that supports candidates, right? That supports candidates, and so we look at the candidates and make decisions about who we feel will do the best job that they're being asked to do, as opposed to a lot of times we see the candidates as being these little like plug pieces that you just kind of plug into the space on the board, and they either red or yellow or orange or green or blue. This kind of plug. You know, they always just say like, you could put a pig in a red bag in certain constituencies and the people will vote for it.
Yeah.
And like,
yep.
And it's like you can't even argue that. And the thing,
true.
And the thing is like,
the
well,
weird thing.
It's very
with politics here.
But what that does, it diminishes the leverage that the electorate has.
I know what's funny. They do this and then they cuss, this person ain't know what they're doing and all of these things. But y'all didn't put them there because y'all thought they knew what I was doing.
Put them there because I was shut the way in?
Exactly. So like, well, you know, y'all shocked that they're not. I don't understand.
When the political party is running, can we have an idea of what the cabinet would look like? Can you say, well, you know, this person, these are their strengths. So this person is good in finance. This is this accounting. We think this person will do well in the Ministry of Finance, as being the Minister of Finance. Like, can we have an idea? Like, of course, it would not go that way because I don't want a situation where one party wins all the seats. Yeah. Right? We need healthy opposition. Healthy. Right? But a lot of times they don't necessarily play to their strengths in terms of passion and training. Like, that's not necessarily what people campaign on.
Well,
like, that's a good question. What do candidates
campaign on?
No, just like really, I'm asking like from your observation, like.
I think they try to push their party, not even necessarily. Well, for the people at least, I don't even think they necessarily pay attention to what the promises are and all of these things. I feel like we have this culture where it's, if you were under this party and I support this party, I support this person automatically because.
So what you're talking about is why people vote. I'm asking what the candidates campaign on.
Let me think about the campaigns that I've seen.
I believe they campaign and there's promises. No, there's promises. So they'll be like, this is what I will do if I am to be.
Or this is what I can do if y'all put me here.
No. That's the difference.
Nope.
I don't think they campaign on this is what I can do. They say this is what I will do. That some and then you see, if like this is my thing. We hardly ever ask the question how.
How they gonna get do?
Like I could tell you, Jade, watch it, right? I will fix the climate change issue. Like I just made that statement.
Are we gonna be like, right? Yes, he said he gonna fix it.
But nobody stopping to think. Well, why he not about climate change? Why he not about the environment?
What efforts has he already done about?
Like nobody's studying that.
That's what I'm telling you.
None of them are considered.
Like if I say I can, right? If I say I can fix the climate change issue, then I can lay out the plans as to how I see this. And that's what happens.
Yes, when they say I will, they really
it's like okay, not that they don't have to tell you, but
we don't ask.
I think that's a very interesting differentiation to make.
Do we ask actually? Honestly, do we ask how they're gonna do all of these things?
I think sometimes, the person you're running against may ask those questions, but it's a very small part of the discourse.
Yeah, because usually
and I think this is kind of why we don't have debates.
we need to have debates.
Like, I don't think it's gonna ever happen.
Why? Why can't we have debates?
Because of the structure of our system.
It can be changed then. Why can't we have debates?
I don't think it's gonna happen. It exposes too much vulnerability. It can expose too much of the fluff.
Okay, but then you know what happens when we don't have these things? We put people in positions and then we realize that they can't do what they said they was going to do, and then we cuss. So if we realize from the beginning, wouldn't we make better choices?
No, I'm not saying that we shouldn't have them, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is the reason I think that it should be necessary, not saying not.
I don't think it's gonna happen. Who gonna make the rules? The same politicians who don't want to debate, and who gonna agree to the? Who gonna make the? Who gonna make?
That's a good point, Carlo. Excellent point, Carlo. I mean, I nearly call you Carlo. That is an excellent point, Azem.
By the way, big up Carlo Astafan. Only yesterday, Jade gave me the honey link.
Carlo, I hope you can see my eyes them widen. As Azem lies to you.
I mean,
I didn't give him when you tell me to give him.
How many weeks? About 3 weeks, Jade.
Yes, but it was 3 weeks from yesterday. It was way more than 3 weeks. No, say that. But yeah, Azem, you're right. Like the people who make the rules are the same people who we're asking to change the rules, and they ain't gonna change them even in the benefit. So again, we salt. Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. I think we need to do things as an electorate that don't give away our leverage. Like when parties when there's this belief that parties can depend on certain people, certain families, certain communities simply because we're the party.
Voters.
Simply because we're the party, you've given away your leverage.
Yeah. Yeah.
The parties play an important role in our political system. However, I believe that as it stands now, that role is overstated. Again, I see the parties as a support mechanism for candidates.
Has an independent candidate ever won?
Not here.
Well, all right. That was our little political rant for the day. It wasn't really a rant. It was more of like a thing that we hope would happen that we know really ain't gonna happen, but we're putting it out there anyway.
Well, who knows? Who knows what it was?
Yeah, but
it was good on our kind of tangent. So tell her I wanted to talk about sausage today.
It's Cleo's fault. It's Cleo's fault, you know? All this is Cleo's fault.
Oh boy.
Hey, callers, we see the calls coming in. I just afraid to answer.
And we have to go to a break anyway because we have a guest. And if we answer this call, you're going to talk till 10 o'clock. And we can't have that. So we'll take a little break and come back with more conversation right here on Island Tea. Stay tuned.
Random beats.
Good morning, my little superheroes. Tell me, if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
The power to read minds. Super speed. Pew. The power to heal the sick.
Well, you can get smart, speed, and good health with the superhero trio from Hanley Orange. Hanley Orange has delicious omega-3 bursts, sugar-free multivitamin liquid, and flavored vitamin A, C, and D chewables to support a strong immune system, healthy bone development, and acute mental performance for superheroes like you. Part of the Hanley Orange family.
Cool. Energize your goals with Lucozade. Get it cool. Look under the cap. Find the code. Win it. Thousands in prizes. iPhones and TVs. Or win 30 grand US dollars for your goals. That's goals.
For a chance to win 30,000 US dollars. Purchase any Lucozade Energy promo bottle. Look under the cap and find the code to win iPhones, TVs, and free Lucozade or 30,000 US dollars to energize your goals. See website, social media, or press for details. Lucozade, taste the energy.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Azem, featuring Jade, Gwyneth Johnson. And it's now time to jump into Eat Local with Chef Rodelle Rawlins. Welcome and good morning.
Whatever we can see.
Good morning. Big up yourself, bro. Big up yourself.
Think somebody.
Sorry. I was talking to somebody else. Yeah. Sorry. Good morning. How's everybody?
Oh, we're good. What's up with you?
I'm alright. Taking it easy.
All right.
Rodelle, boss, it's been a while since we connect. Good to see you doing well, man. I always appreciate what you just do, and I'm really happy that you were able to come and join us today to share a bit of what's going on with you and who you are with the fans and the viewers, man.
Well, I'm Rodelle Rawlins. I'm a sous chef at the Four Seasons Resort in Nevis. I have been at the Four Seasons for just about 9 years now, and just love cooking.
You love cooking?
Yeah.
Bro, this is why I just tell people all the time. You know, there's this gender thing where, they feel cooking is, a woman thing and all of that. But when you find a man that could cook, he could well cook,
Bye. That's a fact.
The big facts. Facts we're talking here all morning.
Azem could cook?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. Well, because you never offer us nothing, so.
But you see why I was hesitant to say anything is because I prefer to eat.
Oh dear.
But rather, it's commendable. You said no, you're a sous chef at the Four Seasons Resort.
Yeah.
I mean, to see you, in that position as a homegrown talent. I mean, I think it fills a lot of us with pride. But exactly how did you develop this love and passion and skill for cooking?
Well, in all honesty, it started with my grandmother looking at her cook for the entire household on the weekends and stuff like that. During the week, come home from school every day having a hot meal to eat. So I started being in the kitchen with her more and more because I used to get in trouble when I would go to play football or to drive my bike outside, so it was more of a stay at home to stay out of trouble.
Stay at home to stay out of trouble.
Yeah, so in doing so, I started cooking with her. And then at the age of 9 was when I cooked my first meal by myself, mac and cheese. Now, I don't know if she was just fooling me to make me feel happy, but I think that was the drive. She told me it was the best mac and cheese she ever had.
Yeah, so big up Granny time.
That was the start of it.
Listen, our grandparents, I hope she was telling the truth, but
I remember we see where he is now, so I would want to think she was right.
Yeah, but because I remember when I did my first pot, it turned out, it was actually cook up I tried for the first time and it turned green. And we have no idea why it turned green. But she said it tasted good, so, you
just stick with it.
Listen.
A granny support. Ain't nothing in the world like a granny support. But Rodelle,
definitely.
Just for people who listening and think, like, what community was it that you grew up in?
I grew up in Kevon. So I went to Kevon Primary School, Kevon High School.
Green Valley.
Kevon High School is where I did homework in high school, and I was the only guy doing it for the first term.
Okay.
And then we had
hold on.
Classmate of mine joined me.
Before you continue, I need to know, in all honesty, homework. You were the only guy you said until one other classmate joined you, right? Was it that you just wanted to be around the ladies? Are you actually like cooking?
The cooking. That was it. Well, you see, I was doing music, but one day I saw Mr. Hewlett do something that I didn't like, and I just told myself, that rather than being in his class and getting those kind of treatment, I'll just pull out. So I did something else that I liked,
right?
Which was the cooking.
So you went to another passion.
So that was it. Yeah.
Nice. And you think that that decision obviously played a big role in what you're doing now in your development.
Definitely, because Miss Nisbet, wow, God bless her soul. Yeah, she was tough. But she was tough for a reason, because she pushed me, she cursed me, she beat me, but came up great.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
A little tough love.
A little tough love. But like you said, came out great.
Yeah.
And so you were in high school, you did homework right up to CXC, graduated high school. And at this point, did you know that you wanted to go into cooking? Did you know that you wanted to be a chef full time?
Yes, because in high school, my little hustle was when my friends get in trouble, I could go by them and cook. And then they get out of trouble because the parents meet a Sunday meal home when they get back home from church.
What?
So then we all get to go and they just pay me a little change for it.
Bro, why you didn't know about this? I could have given out the trouble long time.
I mean, I understand, but that's a real hustle there.
No, this is something you should have shared with us long time, because I know you got plenty of people who could have used this.
Yeah. When we get in trouble, that's what we used to do. Just hit me up, I go over by the house, do a quick cooking, or cook at home, drop it off by them, put it over into their pots and stuff, and yeah.
Wait, wait. So the parents would think that their child is the one who cooked this?
Cooking, yeah. Until some of them started getting
Hold on.
So like, well, you're gonna cook today then, but you don't know anything about cooking now, so.
Wait. You're thinking what are you thinking? Because for me, right, if I'm a mom and and like my son made, our daughter made this amazing meal, allegedly. After this, they have to cook, so like, what will happen when they can?
No, but you have to understand, Jade.
That's how some of them get caught.
But not only that, all you're really trying to do is to just cool down the rents. So it's just a little piece off in. It's a little piece off in. We deal with after.
Right.
Yeah, but you have to plan ahead, because again, if you cook this amazing meal, allegedly.
I just say one of licks.
So what happened to next Sunday when your parents say, you know what, that meal you cooked last Sunday was amazing. I feel like you should do it again. What will happen now?
That was Chef Rodelle. But I mean gonna licks.
Carry on.
So Rodelle, so you telling me that even at a young age you were already getting paid to cook?
Yeah. Cooking for parties and little things here and there. But now it's more now that it's more developed and the skills are more seasoned in, it's definitely something that I do get paid for.
Right, for sure. But how do you go from, taking your grandma's skill, refining them in high school home ec class and cooking for your friends, to like working in world-class kitchens? Because I know that there's a lot of talent and skill and work that has to go into to someone getting to that place. So how did you go from, like you said, cooking for parties and stuff like that and developing your skill? What was the next step on your journey?
I went to CFBC. I did the culinary program there. Went to Trinidad. I was working at Sweet Lime at the time. And I was sent to Trinidad was supposed to be, I think, around 2 months. Ended up staying there quite a while longer and taking charge of one of the restaurants while I was down there. At this time, I was around, I think, 19. The toughest thing in Trinidad.
So at 19, you started taking over kitchens, like you were put in charge of a kitchen?
Yeah, the chef that was down there, he went to one of the other properties, and I was asked to just oversee until another chef came in, but I think I was doing a good enough job, so we didn't have another chef come in. So I was the one that was taking care of the day-to-day responsibilities at the restaurant.
Wow. So what those responsibilities look like? Because I have no idea what it must be like.
Neither do I.
To run a kitchen like at a property.
Well, one of the most important things is scheduling, because you have different shifts. You're gonna have breakfast, you're gonna have lunch, you're gonna have dinner. So you're gonna need to find the persons that could work cohesively together and just make sure that each shift is covered properly with a team that can get the task done. This would like for example dinner. The person that you're gonna use for dinner on the grill section, the grill and starter station, has to be somebody strong, somebody that could deal with fish, the steak, the pork chop, the lamb, all at the same time while not cross-contaminating anything, especially if you're going to have allergies and these sort of stuff.
Right.
And the person you're going to have on the salad station going to have to be somebody that's fast, because that's the first course that's going out. So you need somebody that's strong and pretty quick to make sure all the food is popping out quickly so that the guest gets that first set of food. So by the time the second course is now fired, you can get it going. For dinner, it's a little different. For lunch, you have a shorter time period to get the food out. So with lunch now, you have to make sure everything is just booming out of the kitchen. So you need somebody that's quick on the feet, sharp on the mind, so that they can stay focused and get everything. When I'm calling out 6 tickets back to back to back, the staff behind the line, I would say us, because if it gets busy, I will jump behind the line and help my staff out. So if it starts getting busy and you have to do that, the key thing that most of us would do and listen for is, if you hear 6 tickets being called out back to back, you ask for a total. So you're gonna hear like, okay, we have 6 burgers all day, we have 5 ribeyes all day, we have 7 fish, and that's what you look out for. Once you have all those numbers, then you start putting them on, and when the chef is gonna call for this one, he's gonna call for that one.
Right.
Pass this up, this temperature accordingly. So that's basically what it's just like a setup that you have to do in your mind and make sure you have it locked in so that you can stay focused during the service. Because you don't want the chef to get angry at you while he's on the pass.
Bro, so that was my next question, right? Like, we look at a lot of these cooking shows online and TV.
What's up, man? That I just shout after people regularly.
But even so, like, some of them, when you're just looking at like the kitchens, I'd be like, but I can't be like this, like, that's really how it is? Like, so intense all the time and could really get just it's almost like a chaotic poetry. Is that really how it gets in these kitchens at times?
If I must be honest, yes. Because so we have you 3. You're at a table. We have, say, 15 other tables. Everybody's starting to order. Now, from the time you put your order in with your waitress or waiter, you automatically start feeling, or even by the time you sit down, most guests start feeling as though that's the time they've been waiting for their food.
Right, exactly, yeah.
So, in the kitchen, what is literally 10 minutes for us on the ticket when it comes to the most chefs' worst nightmare, when you hear that chick, that printer start going on. Yeah, when it starts ringing off like crazy, that's most of us worst nightmare, but when that comes in, it's only 10 minutes on the ticket, and then you're gonna hear the guests. You automatically expect the guests to be waiting for the food.
Right.
The guests now outside feels as though they've been waiting for their food 25 minutes at least, and it's only been 10 minutes.
Right.
So now you try to rush everything, but just take it as you have to cook everything from scratch. It's done fresh. Mostly everything, especially the proteins, is done from scratch. Everything is cooked. It's just prepped, set aside. You have to now take it out and complete the dish, compose the dish together to get it out to the guests. So it does get pretty tense. When it's extremely busy, it gets tense. And but what you find that if there's a good team, the shouting doesn't come across as you actually shouting.
Right.
It's just making sure everything comes across clearly.
Everybody understands what's happening, right?
Yes. And as the chef, the expediter on the line, you have to be loud, you have to be vocal. Because if you're calling for something on the pass and it's not coming, you have to make sure that it's coming to you for the time that you need it to get outside. And you also have to make sure that you're getting the correct dish. Because, like I said earlier, if you call for like 5 steak, you're probably going to have different temperatures in between.
Right, exactly.
You don't want the well-done steak to go to the medium rare table. Otherwise, that's separation, that's problems and stuff like that. So because it does become tense, but it's tense only for the fact that you want to make sure everything goes out near perfect.
Right. And the thing is, we don't understand as the patrons, like just exactly how much goes into these plates that we sit down, in front of, and devour and sit down there and hold your tummy now because you're so full.
Yeah, you're chilling now.
Yeah. Definitely.
And like you said, that thing is true. Right? Like there's been times I've been at restaurants and I'm waiting on food and it's like, buy my name for a half hour, but I check on my watch and it's like, man, I'm 10 minutes.
Because you hungry.
Hunger will do that to you.
The big misconception is people show up at the restaurant and think everything is already cooked and just waiting for them to ask for it.
Right.
And then when they have to wait for fresh food, they get upset.
I mean, the funny thing is, you said that a lot of people go to the fast food places and they may even wait longer than actually what you wait for in a kitchen that's cooking fresh food for you.
Right, that's true. I know people sit down in line for near an hour waiting on fast food.
Listen, you ever see the KFC line?
Oh my
drive
God.
through? Okay. Perfect example. But Rodelle, like, as a chef, like, I know you maybe shouldn't pick favorites, but what is your favorite thing to cook?
For me, personally, I absolutely enjoy cooking fresh seafood. Anything from the ocean and fresh, I absolutely enjoy cooking it.
I know that. I've seen some of your dishes. Like I could see the passion. I could see the passion in your dishes, bro. Like it's definitely shows on the plate. But there's this thing that happens where you find people who go into some of these non-traditional and I do believe that it's non-traditional. We do have lots of let's say good cooks and things, but people who get to certain levels, right? They have to have a certain type of drive, a certain type of passion to reach to the levels that they reach into. Like, Rodelle, what are some of the characteristics that you think really help to prepare you for the position that you're in now?
Well, I definitely think you have to have to be motivated. You gotta be in this field. You gotta be strong mentally, because it can take a toll on you.
Yeah, it does sound intense.
In this position, you literally work. You don't work on an hourly basis, so your shifts daily would probably be maybe For me, example, if I go in at 11, I can leave at around 11 p.m. That's 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Now, this wouldn't seem like a long day to me, but if I'm going in from 9 a.m. because it's busy, extra busy, and I want to make sure that I'm setting up everything ahead of time and stuff like this. Now, 9 a.m. to 11 p.m., that might be a bit longer. Just imagine doing this, like, for example, at the hotel when we're busy, like for a festive week. Just imagine doing that for like 6 days straight. If you are not strong enough, that would take a toll on you mentally. And it's something that speak to the staff, tell them take your vitamins, stay focused, stay sharp, eat properly. Just
you got to make sure that you're ready for the grind.
Yeah, definitely. Otherwise, it really, really can take a toll on you. So that's one thing that I try to do. I don't get the eating part done properly. I don't eat breakfast at breakfast. I eat it at lunch most times, and I eat lunch at dinner most times.
Wow.
And that's breakfast. So those are the times that I really do get to eat. But the other parts, drinking lots of water, taking vitamins, I try to make sure I get that part in, so I can stay sharp enough.
So this is what I really want to know, and I know this is something that, especially the men listening, are interested in finding out. Exactly how.
You say it like that.
No, because the men really want to know. I know. And the thing is, exactly how effective is the cooking skills in the courting of, you know, lovely young women. Like that's something that is really that has really worked out in your favor, because a lot of us, we ain't got a care to pull. We ain't got a care to pull, and I feel like it's like a cheat sheet, like a cheat code. A cheat code, yeah.
Cooking and courting. I don't think it's a cheat at all.
So it don't just give you like a one up right after that.
I can't answer that.
Oh, modest. Man, imagine, he want to get the secret. He want to get the secret.
I didn't tell you up, boy.
I can't answer that, but it does have its benefits. I can say it does have its benefits, but I can't directly answer your question, though, Azem.
Oh wait, hold on. Rodelle, you may have to call your mommy and apologize.
Yeah. Mom says,
what is that?
So,
because she commented on the live and she said, Mommy ain't taught you how to cook. Anyways, I'm super proud of you. God blessed hands. So I don't know what you're going to do.
The season rice that I do, I did learn that from her, but I added my other few techniques to it, and I can make a seasoned rice in a pretty short time.
Right.
Yeah,
so
mommy the
I did get that from her.
Yeah, so that's mommy recipe and steroids.
My aunties also.
Okay.
Yeah, you got a lot of people it seems like to apologize to, because
so Auntie Laurel, Auntie Shani, Miss Nisbet, Granny.
She also said, and
Uncle
he's the
Nigel,
top.
Uncle Marvin.
She's also saying you're the top chef in SKB, but she's also saying that she's biased because you're her son.
Let's leave it as bias.
That's fair.
Let's leave it as that.
Right.
Bias.
Yeah. But
so I have a question. So I know a lot of people like doing certain jobs and they have favorite parts of it. Like some people, when things get busy, that's what they enjoy, because the busyness is, they love, you know, working through the chaos. What's your favorite part of being in the kitchen?
I think my favorite part, but there's two of them. And the first one is sharing my knowledge. So educating somebody and doing something better, doing a better job, like seeing ways they can make themselves stronger in the kitchen. I enjoy doing that, whether it's by teaching them a technique or shortcuts, whether it's by showing them different ways to set up certain things. Just in the way you set your lineup, you can tell if you'll be successful for service or not. So that's one, teaching. And the other one is when it's busy and you have like a super strong team, that could be a very, very exciting, because if you do 112 covers and everything pops out of the kitchen perfectly on time, and there's absolutely no issues with any of the dishes, that's a night that we send the server to the bar and say, hey, you need to get a lot of drinks in the kitchen, because this was a damn good job today.
Right.
You know, so those are the parts that I really, really get excited about. Those two.
This sound like a sporting team. Like, it's like, you know, when the team just win a game 7.
Listen.
And you get an elation.
It's probably as a chef, that's probably the feeling.
Definitely.
Yeah, feel like it sounds that way.
When I was in Mangoes, we used to get busy. Like when it was opened up, we had, you know, like tons of guests and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mangoes could get super busy, and sometimes we could have a slow night. A slow night would be around 50. A busy night would be around 90, 110. The highest number that I've ever done over there was 100, and I think 47 we did. I was doing a busy festive. Now, our order started from around 5:30 in the afternoon till around just maybe like a bit after 10 in the night.
Wow.
Just non-stop action, just pumping food out of the kitchen, appetizers, entrees, dessert, everything, just all the courses going out on time, perfect. No issues whatsoever, no problems, and everything was just literally perfect.
Man, I admire your people being able to knock
so
that
many
off.
people, but you know.
Right.
Oh, my thought is it's so difficult to just cook for like a family of 3 people. Imagine having to cook for
thousands.
90. What? Listen.
Yeah, that's a lot.
This is for me.
Watch you. I don't even want to cook for me. You're talking about.
You see, and that's the thing. What I'm saying, if you do like 90 packs, everybody might not have all 3 courses. So you wouldn't say 90 times 3, but you'd say 90 times 2.
Right.
That's the amount of food that you would probably put up for just that shift alone. 100 plus plates of food, 200 plus plates of food and stuff like that.
That's crazy.
Because then you have all these different courses. But when you get them out of the kitchen and everything goes out on time, it's just like the best feeling in the world, because that guest wants to come back to your restaurant tomorrow. They don't want to go to another restaurant because they're like, okay, I got great service, I got good food, and everything came on time. I'm not going to go there tomorrow. I'm going to come back in. I'm going to try the chicken tomorrow night. I'm going to try the lobster tomorrow night. I'm going to try the octopus dish tomorrow. So it's just like being able to have a steady amount of numbers straight through the entire time that the restaurant is open. You definitely know that you're doing a great job, and your team is pulling their weight and just making you proud. So you're happy to go into work. You're going excited. You're going smiling, and you're just ready to just knock everything out of the park.
Wow.
Right, but time has run down on us, but we have one more quick question from somebody who's actually listening, and it's, why is an activity that's primarily undertaken by women at home being universally dominated by men in the restaurant world? Why is an activity that is primarily undertaken by women at home being universally dominated by men in the restaurant world?
Why? Let me see. Well, in the Caribbean, I can't say that so, because we have a lot of men in the Caribbean that can cook and know how to cook. That I can say, that I can attest to. It may not be to the level of a chef in a restaurant or in a hotel or something like that, but we can cook at home. Outside of that, I think it's just basically tradition. You have women that are usually known to be at home cooking the meal and providing the food, while the husband or the boyfriend, whatever it is, supplies the stuff to cook the food. So I think that's probably the main reason why. And females, there's some females that don't feel the drive to push forward in order to take charge, I guess. I have staff that I know, females, and I try my best to push them forward, but some of them, they feel as though, I think they're just intimidated, but once they take the step, that they can definitely be a force to be reckoned with. Like, I'm not going to call the staff name because she's probably listening, but if she actually takes the position that we're trying to put her towards, then I think she could be one of the strongest persons that we have as a manager at the hotel, you know. So I think it's just maybe, I don't know.
You think it has something to do with the nature of the career itself? Meaning, you spoke about like long hours and stuff like that. A lot of times, I think a lot of men are more likely to engage in those careers where you have to work what people would term as long hours and stuff like that. Especially when you start talking about women, you know, mothering children and stuff like that. Like,
yes,
it gets difficult.
that could be a reason. That could be a factor. Because most times when you find a female that has excelled, it's usually somebody who is younger, without kids, not married, because culinary can take you a lot of places. Jobs are usually offered, so it just depends on all those situations, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's the nature of the career. I think that might be a big factor. But Rodelle, like Jade was saying, you know, time has run us down actually. But we really appreciate, and I think most of us here could share the sentiment of your mom and say that we're really proud of what it is you achieved.
Definitely.
And what you're doing, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And keep doing what you're doing. We're looking forward to whatever is next, whether it is Rodelle's Kitchen or whatever, whether it is you start.
We do have Nice Catered by Rodelle.
You do have what, sorry?
And I have Nice Catered. That is my catering business.
Okay.
So I do cater for local events, big, small, everything, you know. Once I'm contacted, I'm usually a bit busy, but once I'm contacted, I do try to get the information and make the menus accordingly based on the event at hand and try to make sure everybody enjoys a bit of what they can get from it. And I also do have a seasoning that I'm attempting now to put into stores.
Yes, I've seen that. But so where you said if you're contacted, where would people contact you to get the events or whatever catered by a world-class chef? Like how do we contact you?
Well, I'm on Instagram on Nice Catered, and that's where most people contact me for business. My number is also on my Facebook page, Rodelle Rawlins, on the Instagram page. So
the Instagram page is Knives Catered?
Yeah, the business page is Knives Catered. My Instagram page is actually my name, Rodelle_869. Or Rodelle869, I think it is.
Rodelle869, yeah.
So I'm here, and that's where you usually could find information to contact me. And once I'm contacted, then, like I said, we just go from there to make it happen.
Awesome. Yeah, so definitely, guys, get your events, get your occasions catered by a world-class chef. And I knew he was a world-class chef because one time we were hanging out and Rodelle started showing me the knife what he want, and I was like, okay, yeah, this man on a different level with this cooking thing.
Yeah. That's one of the things I enjoy spending the work money on, you know?
Gotcha. This man does watch knife like a rappers that watch chain.
Yeah.
I mean, rightfully so.
Yeah.
But I man, again, really appreciate you. Really respect everything that you're doing, everything that we've achieved, and like you said, like we continually looking forward to hearing even more great things from you. Because we know it's coming. We know it's coming, man.
Definitely. Can't wait to try the spices, but you know.
Bye. I can try spices and tell her how we work with the coating.
I was gonna say, tell them. Let me help you, like. But guys, before we go, we have to tell you guys we have some great interviews tomorrow. We have two of them. We're talking to Kevon, which is one of the best mommies you'll ever find around place. Anything to do with childcare and loving your child correctly and helping them through the pandemic, Kevon. And guess who we're talking to before, Azem?
I think we're talking to the Big Drip.
The one from Nevis?
The Big Drip, Mark Brantley.
The one that's been causing a stir this week. Yes, we have to talk to Mr. Drip tomorrow.
So yeah, man, guys, you tuned in today, and make sure that you tune in tomorrow. Make sure you share with your friends. Have them tune into WINNMedia SKN on both Facebook and YouTube, as well as on Twitch and Periscope. Yes. And of course, you could check out clips from the interviews, stuff that happened on the show, all the shenanigans, on our Instagram page at ILNTSKN. But we really appreciate you guys tuning in today, being here with us day after day. And if this is your first time, big up yourself. Come back tomorrow. Don't let it be no coolness.
At all.
You understand? I said, Rodelle one them knife. But
listen, log out.
But guys, again, tune in same time tomorrow, right here on Island T on WINNMedia SKN. And before we go, we're gonna hear from the Duke himself, the Duke of Frigippe, the Prosecco Papi, the champagne. The champagne, no, the champagne god. The champagne. No. Excuse me, sir. I will humbly apologize to you.
Yes, get it right.
The Slim God, the Chapstick Don, Fet Van, Kevon Hanley.
Yes.
Oh boy. But remember, you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. See you tomorrow.
I like that.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the